What's up, everyone? We are back with a PSA submission reveal today. We got a 20 card order sent in back in April to PSA and returned to me here just a few days ago. So about a 3-month turnaround time on this one. They quoted end of August as a completion date when I sent this in. So nice to see that they got this to me about a month early, and the possibility that those turnaround times are getting a little shorter, which is a good sign. A little bit of an update on my last video. I mentioned that I had 4 cards that were damaged in the shipping process coming back from PSA. Ended up filling out a little bit of a quality claim with PSA on those 4 cards. Sent in some pictures, had to fill out a form. They reviewed it, took them about a week to review it. Ended up being eligible for some free reholders on those cards. Sent those in. They got them back to me in a few weeks. Overall, the whole process took about a month, so a little bit quicker than I expected, but I have them back in my hands in good, clean condition at this point, so really happy to see that process was less of a headache than I anticipated. So without further ado, a lot of football in this order. Ended up with about a 55% gem rate. I took this chance with this order to send in some cards that were a little iffy to, learn and see what PSA is a little bit more lenient on. So some of these cards, there are a few duds in here, but taking those opportunities and learning from those mistakes and seeing what I can do better on my next submissions. So the first one here, Marvin Harrison Jr., this is a red wave. You're going to see a lot of these today for the upcoming football season. Ended up getting a 10 on this one. Really nice color match. Didn't have a whole lot on this one. Thought it was a pretty clean looking card. Same thing with this Malik Neighbors. Again, the red wave parallel got the 10. These optic previews are they're super easy to grade, to identify the centering. Pretty clean surface as well on a lot of these. I've been able to get a lot of 10s on these cards, and they're pretty easy to identify. So really happy with that one. Next one is a LeBron James Court Kings. So watercolor insert. This one is numbered to 99. This is what they call the pink parallel. It's actually a little bit more purple, so the color it looks pretty clean with those Lakers uniforms. So really happy with this one. First dud of the submission is this Bo Nix. This is the mosaic parallel. Ended up getting a 7. Thought it was gonna get a 9, possibly an 8. But so when I was cleaning it, the card had a smudge kind of in this area. Almost looked like somebody tried to alter the card or cover some surface scratches, but like some oily substance was on the card. I tried wiping it away. Some of it came off, some of it didn't. Sent it in anyway. I got the 7. I can't really complain because I knew there was something wrong with it. But again, just trying to see what PSA's leniency is on some of this. So next one, super nice looking card. This is the Devon Achane tie-dye prism out of Select. This one is numbered out of 25. Ended up getting a 10. Thought possibly a 9 on this one. There were on one of these corners on the back, it looked like one of the corners was slightly bent in, but couldn't really tell if it was kind of just part of the card or if it was actual corner damage. Ended up not mattering. It got a 10. This is one of the nicer cards of the group. It's just such a clean looking card. Hoping he has a good year this year if he can stay healthy. Went in on another few prisms. This one, 9, which is pretty standard for prism this year. I thought this one had a pretty clean copy with it. Didn't really have those dimples that you see. It is a little bit off center, but I don't know. It was a pretty clean card. I was hoping this one would get a 10, but either way, the red, white, and blue with the Patriots uniform for Drake May is a pretty clean card. So happy I at least got a 9 with it. Again, another optic preview. Michael Penix got the 10. Red wave. Pretty clean looking card with that color match. Didn't really have a whole lot with this one. Again, thought it looked pretty clean, maybe a little OC, but they're just easy money when it comes to identifying centering and surface issues. So another few more. Both Bucky Irvings got 10s. This is the pink optic preview parallel. Both pretty clean. Didn't have a whole lot. This is the red wave. This one I thought maybe had a ding along one of these edges. Ended up rolling it out a little bit. Thought maybe it would cost me the 10. Ended up didn't. So super nice Bucky Irving card there. Both getting the 10s. Roma Dunze, hoping for a big year from him this year. This is the blue wave parallel. Numbered out of 230. I thought this was another clean prism. Again, maybe a little off center, but the wave, the way the wave, parallel shines off the card, they're a little bit more harder to identify any surface problems. So may have missed some dimples or something looking at this, but overall looks pretty clean. But we got the 9, which is again pretty standard for prism, so can't be too upset. Joe Burrow, 2020 Chronicles. This is the pink parallel from Luminance. This is one of the few cards in my order that was just, I've had in my collection. Had to throw a few in there just to get a bulk submission out because I was a little late on my timing on this one. So thought if I could get a 10, could profit a little bit off it, but ended up getting a 9. It did have a little bit of a ding in one of these corners, so I can't be too upset, but thought there was a chance. All right, the next two were another few duds in this order. Xavier Worthy, this is the Optic Preview Red Wave. I think one and only non-10 that I've had so far in these Optic Previews. I don't know what I missed. I think maybe I had a little bit of some surface issues on the bottom of the card, but nothing major that I wouldn't have sent it in, obviously. So 8's a little crazy. I thought maybe it was a 9 worthy, but either way, nice color match there though, which is nice. This is a bigger one though, as far as a miss. This is the Micro Mosaic Xavier Worthy. This one also got an 8. I thought this was a really clean card. The centering is hard with these because they just don't have borders on the front. So maybe the centering's off with it. I thought it looked really clean. Looking at it now, and when I got it back, there is really close to the border over here. There's a small scratch or surface issue. That may be why it's getting an 8. I would think maybe a 9 would be a little bit more reasonable, but yeah, this one hurt a little bit. This was a big card that I was hoping would at least get a 9, if not a 10. Back on the 10 train, we got the Jaden Daniels. This is the lighted up insert out of Optic. These just came out when I sent this in, so thought I'd just get one in there. Got the 10. I like the lighted up inserts. They're pretty common, but they usually have a cool design year in, year out. So really nice one there with Jaden Daniels. Next one, Bo Nix, is the Neon Green Pulsar Prism. Again, not surprised, a 9. This one did have, let's see if the camera can pick it up there, it did have kind of that surface, the print line there running across by his feet. Wondering if that's what caused the 9 on this one. There were some minor surface scratches, but I've had it before where the surface scratches, they kind of bypass that and give it the 10 anyway. But I'm guessing this print line on the bottom is probably why it got a 10 or a 9. Next one, Ben Roethlisberger. This is a silver die cut variation out of 2019 Donruss. This was another one that was just kind of sitting in my PC that I threw in there. Numbered out of 75. Die cuts are always tough. The corners can get dinged pretty easily, but this one looked pretty good, so decided to send it in. Overall, pretty happy with that one. Next one's a pretty cool card for me personally. As I've mentioned previously, the Bucks, I'm a big Milwaukee Bucks fan, so 2021 Mosaic, green Mosaic, so color match with the NBA Finals trophy as well as the Finals MVP trophy. I don't think I'm going to get rid of this one. This one might just be a little PC token for me. Giannis, one of my favorite players, obviously the best in Milwaukee Bucks history, so might just keep this one. Not a very expensive card, but pretty cool. Xavier Worthy, this is the Red Wave parallel out of Prism. I believe this one's numbered to 149. Again, I just can't get a 10 with any Xavier Worthy stuff, but it's once again just a 9 on the Prism. So I had a little bit of a small line similar to how the Bo Nix was going through the bottom here. Let's see if the camera can't pick that up. Right there. Maybe that's what cost it the 9. But again, with those wave parallels, it's a little difficult to identify other surface issues, so I could have missed something. Second to last one here is the James Wood. This is the home field advantage from Series 1. These home field advantages in the past they've had some poor quality to them. I think they stepped it up a little bit this year. This one still ended up getting the 9. Did have a little soft corner here, so I knew it was a possibility. But either way, James Wood is just having a phenomenal year. I think he's a future superstar in the making, so just getting a 9 is still fine with me here. The last card of the order is the 2025 Topps Heritage. This is the Roki Sasaki Light Blue Sparkle. Really nice color match on this one. Again, this product just came out when I sent this in, so I believe there's only a few in population right now. Super nice looking card. I think he's injured. If he comes back and has a nice postseason, this could be a nice card to have. So really happy this one got the 10. So overall, not the greatest of gem rates from what my goal is. But like I said, I'm trying to understand PSA a little bit more in their grading process. And can I identify, the flaws in the cards and what those flaws may generate in grades, just so I can be a little bit more accurate in my pre-grades. So other than that, pretty happy with it. Had some big cards. All these cards will be available on my eBay store here in the upcoming weeks. So that link to the eBay store is in my channel bio if you want to go check that out. Other than that, let me know your comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks.